All right, everyone. So welcome again to another episode of the Because Football podcast. This is the first episode where I'm wearing the official Because Football shirt or maillot or camiseta or tricot presented by Icarus Football. Beautiful kid here. So very happy to represent. And today we have a returning guest. This is the first ever guest who has been on 2 episodes of Because Football. So we're very happy to welcome back Monsieur Jaures Droghba of the Cote d'Ivoire, our journalist friend who was covering the AFCON tournament and is returning to our podcast to share a review of an amazing event, an amazing tournament. So Jaures, welcome and bienvenue encore.
Thanks, Coach Andrew, and it's a pleasure for me to be here. Thank you.
Jaures, again, welcome to another episode. And first, I'm going to give you a very difficult question, okay? Can you describe the AFCON tournament, but only in 3 words? You can only use 3 words. What 3 words do you use to describe this past AFCON tournament in the Cote d'Ivoire?
3 words for this best AFCON ever organized. First word was amazing.
Okay.
Second word is fantastic. And last word is original.
I thought you would say your 3 words be coup de marteau.
Yes. Cote d'Ivoire is the sing is a song, okay? Is a song.
Yeah.
Here is for example the song from Coupé de Calais. Okay, Coupé de Calais is a for example. Coupé de Calais is a style of music here in Ivory Coast, urban music. Okay, this is the main urban music here in Coupé de Calais, and Kurimato is the song. Okay, released in the last year. Okay, last year months is one of the best tune according to the AFCON after the official song, the releasing of the AFCON.
Exactly.
But Kurimato come and break this influence about Kurimato is the song. It's very dense. It's very good for this young generation. And Ivorian like it. Okay, the Ivorian naturally they like dancing, they like play, they like enjoying. And Kurimato came to give them joy, to give them during this the bad stats. Okay, Ivory Coast when they start bad. When they hear and dance Kurimato, they forget. Okay, there's problems. This is kind of dance, okay, which can, for example, help us to forget our problems. But we hear that, and when we danced, it's very funny by dancing.
Oh yeah,
Kurimato gang.
100%. Yeah, I mean, like, of course, there was the official song for the tournament, the Aquaba song, which was a great song. I love that. They played it after every goal. You know, they played the Aquaba song, you know, in the introduction of the players sometimes, you know, very often. And it's a great song. But then the Coup de Marteau song is more like you said, more local, of the local young Ivorian generation. And, you know, it's a very fun dance, you know, the chorus like bump, bump, bump. So you can, you know, move your body and stop it and pop and lock at each moment. And online you would see everyone all over Africa, and even like the African players in Europe, like in the dressing rooms and you know, at their clubs in France or in Italy and Belgium and in England, all doing the dances and singing the song. So it really was like a big sensation. And like you said, I would see the Ivorians, of course, dancing when they were happy to celebrate. But even after a loss or after a difficult matches, it was a way for them to forget their problems, forget the losses quickly, and just to celebrate and enjoy. So it was definitely, I think, for me, it was like a big story of the tournament. It was just that song, and you hear it everywhere now, all over Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp and everything. So it's really amazing. But for you, you got a much more official experience of the tournament as well. I saw that you were in all of the official media boxes, with the press and all of the media.
This AFCON gathers many journalists who comes from everywhere to at least 2 or 3,000. We were very many to cover this AFCON, according to the journalists. For example, some difficulties, for example, to cover the match, for example, in Boaké, in Cote d'Ivoire center there, Boaké or Korogo, San Pedro, for example, there's cities which welcomes we wish us the AFCON. It was very difficult because the majors coaches were, for example, were not available for us.
Okay,
But
no transportation
well,
or anywhere to go to those cities.
for transportation, okay, the transportation we used to use our own money, okay, to pay transportation, to pay our transport to come in this cities to cover the matches. And another difficult, for example, the media tickets. Okay, this is an example of media tickets. You see,
Okay.
This for mixed zones, for media center, okay, media centers, and for media tribune. For example, when we come to the stadium, for example, to cover the match, media tribune is not there. Okay, they are not full in these stadiums, and some of us, for example, stay in the media center to work. They are not allowed to come to the media tribune to see the match. Even they have the for example the CAF media channel media ticket confirmation. In these phones, they are not they can't watch or cover the match directly.
So you could
For
go in the
example,
stadium, for example, right? Like you could go, like every stadium had the media center, right? Like the meeting space where you can work, you can write your articles, you can record things. But then they did not accept the tickets sometimes for the Tribune. The Tribune is like in the seats, right? In the stands to like watch the match, right? So you could go into the stadium, but you cannot watch the match. Is that right? Do I understand you right?
yes, yes, we have some problems, okay, in with journalists, and for example, the tickets, media tribune tickets, was, for example, were not available. And it was very difficult for us to have access, okay, to the media tribune. When we have, for example, the seats are very are not available.
Okay, so most stadiums you could enter the media tribune, but the traditional stadium in Abidjan, Félix Houphouët-Boigny, that was a challenge. Where were some of these other journalists from? Of course, I'm sure many were from Cote d'Ivoire, but I know there was a global. This AFCON they say was the most popular, had the most viewers on television, the most interest, of any AFCON before it, right? And of course that's because of the performances on the pitch and the stories, and many underdog and Cinderella teams that perform well, and some of the big teams that underperformed. So with your other colleagues in the press, where were some of these people from?
I met Chinese, I met Japanese. I agree with them, okay, in the language.
Yeah, you
I
speak
met
Japanese, right?
Italians. Okay, I met from journalists from Uganda, from Congo, from United States, from Colombia, from France, uh, according to my contacts, I get around 96 contacts, journalists
New content. Okay, wow,
around
from all over the world.
yes,
Fantastic.
96, okay,
Yeah.
different nationality, and they are very okay. We can count from Cambodia, from Indian,
Wow.
Asian journalists. They come, okay, but European journalists were very motivated, were very represented in this Africa,
Okay, very
European
good.
journalists.
And so before the tournament, when we spoke on the first episode, which everyone can find on our Spotify, our YouTube, our Apple Podcast channels, Google Podcasts, you can find that episode. That was episode number, episode 22 was your first episode with us. So everyone can go check the preview if they'd like to see. You know, we talked a lot about the history of AFCON and of Cote d'Ivoire as well, and why it was so unique. But you told me it would be a very chocolated AFCON, right? A very sweet AFCON tournament. Was that the case? Was that the experience for the Ivorian people? Was it a sweet experience, or maybe like, you know, before you make the chocolate, you have the cocoa, and I think the cocoa can be a little bit bitter, right? So I think that sometimes it was a little bit bitter for the tournament, but mostly sweet. So tell us the feelings, tell us the experience of the Ivorian people during this tournament.
There are 30 millions of Ivorians. Okay? 30 millions of Ivorians, 30 millions coaches. Okay.
Yeah, I
Because
saw that in the
yes,
stand. Yeah, exactly. In the stadiums too. Yeah.
30 millions coaches. Now we have, this is Ivorian like okay, the 12 man, okay,
Yeah.
on the pitch. It's true that is not on the pitch, but in the tribune, you see, okay, during the AFCON. So, and before the kickoff of this AFCON, I said that everyone are very motivated to host this AFCON. Cote d'Ivoire is a hospitality earth and peace lands. We love people. We have around we have all people live in Africa. For example, all nationality is for
Yeah,
us.
very diverse
It's
country. Yeah.
all nationalities are here in our cosmos. Okay, we are colored of many ethnics, many peoples. Okay, we welcome Africa. Okay, but now before the AFCON, okay, people because we have some problems, okay, with these organizations. For example, the jersey prices, the original jersey prices, for example, many we have probably got problem with that. And the short list of the coach, okay, Jean-Louis Gasset, okay,
Mhm.
our
Yeah, like
former
his team
coach,
selection,
okay,
right?
when
Yeah.
he, okay, yes, when after selecting his team, people say that why Refriza is not in this sheet, why is not in this list? This is our best player. Why? But everyone was very angry about this list. They were very anxious. They were very worried. And when we won our first match against Bissau Guinea for the opening match, we say, okay, let's see the next match against Nigeria. But
Mhm.
we lost against Nigeria
Yeah, I was
for
at that
1-0.
match. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And when we lost, I in the tribune, I saw, okay, some supporters who was very angry. They say, "Oh,
Yeah,
this
very
coach is
upset.
not good," according to because Gradel didn't play. The top
Yeah, what
players,
were
okay,
some of
didn't play.
the complaints? Because like of course, Gasset, he after the third game, after the Equatorial Guinea match, the 4-0 loss, he was out, which is
Yeah.
unheard of. It never happens. The coach is fired during the tournament. It's very rare.
Yes.
And they didn't know if it would be out. But like, what were some of the problems they said with Gasset in particular? Because for me, I had some ideas, I had some perspective, of my own opinions. But what were the Ivorian people saying? Like,
During these 2 years, first, everyone said that's why this coach didn't live in Ivory Coast. He lived in France. From France, he gave the list. People say that, oh, it's not possible, it's not good, and his salary was very high. Okay,
mhm,
is one of the most he
yeah,
gets
one of the highest
one of
paid.
the
Yeah,
most higher salary.
yeah,
Okay, it's very high. Okay, according to this type of coach, this coach is for example, according to his statistic, he have okay gets more defeats. Okay, more
mm.
defeats than
Not a good
victory.
record. Yeah, not a good
And
history.
okay, it's not good. It's not good.
So then, as
But
we
we
know now,
lost. We lost again. We lost against Equatorial Guinea after
yeah, the 4-0
4
against
nil.
Equatorial Guinea was a disaster. I was watching the game. I felt so heartbroken, so sad for the people because I know, like, I was in Abidjan for a week. I saw the passion, I saw the energy, I saw how happy people were to host the tournament. I saw the celebrate. I heard the celebrations for every match. Like of course everyone wanted Cote d'Ivoire to win, but like every match I would hear outside my hotel or we were driving around, we'd see the restaurants, the maquis, like everything was full of people for every match, right? There was just such a clear passion, a clear love for football the whole time. And so
Yes,
for 4-0 against Equatorial Guinea at home, like it's very rare that a host nation will lose a match with such a bad score, right? With such a poor result. And the performance was not very good either. So we had the 4-0 and everyone is heartbroken and crying and
yes.
sad.
Where we were very is what is yes is like a morning when we
Yeah.
lost. Okay,
A
four
national
nil
mourning. Yeah.
again. Yes, we lost. This is the pure the worst performance of Ivory Coast in AFCON. When I look in the stadium, okay, some people, okay, some of them died. Okay, for example, some of them are at attacks and some
You're saying
accidents.
people actually died in the
Yes,
stadium, you said?
yes. No, not
I
in the
didn't hear that.
stadium,
Okay.
but
Were
okay,
people watching
at
at home
home
and
or in the fan zones.
yeah.
Yes, some people died. And though this was very shocking.
Yeah, it was an awful day for for the country, for a defeat like that, especially in an important match where they really needed a result to be sure to advance against a team that was one of the big surprises for the tournament. Of course, Equatorial Guinea couldn't really go farther in the knockout rounds, but with that the Golden Boot scorer just from those matches and really surprised the world. But yeah, it sounds like that day, of course, there's a lot of negative emotions. There's the disbelief, just not believing it. Sounds like you said, there's a lot of disillusionment, like all that the country sacrificed to host the tournament. Like you said, all the businesses and different homes and people who were affected by a lot of the development projects that were needed to build stadiums, to build roads and improve the infrastructure. And so it's like a feeling of, what is this all for if our team is going to go out there and not perform and not really even come close to fighting, so it came down to, the team was almost out of the tournament, right? It was the Gasset was fired, he left his role, but it was still unsure. And then the last day of the group stages, Morocco helped the Les Elephants. So can you explain how about that day, right? I'm sure that was a celebration, right? And I saw even in the final, everyone with the Morocco flags, because they understood, like the people knew that without the Morocco result, then the elephants would be finished.
The relationship between Morocco and Cote d'Ivoire is a love story. It's not
a love story, yeah.
Very in the back.
Because football, they're in love. Yeah, love it.
Yes. Morocco is the biggest favorite of this AFCON. I said that.
They're a huge favorite. Their success in the World Cup, they have a strong team, and they were expected to be there at the end for sure.
Yes. World Cup and AFCON is very different. Okay, playing World Cup is playing AFCON is more difficult than play World Cup against Zambia.
Okay.
1-0 goals of Ziyech, Hakim Ziyech, when he scored. Okay, Ivorians celebrate. Say that when they win. Okay, they say that let's celebrate because this is a miracle for us.
Mm-hmm.
This is the greatest miracle of Ivorian football. We call that the Ivorian miracle, because we we come alive again in order to go far, to go further in this AFCON. And
in this AFCON, the Morocco's performance helped the elephants in a very unlikely way, and so it's just so fascinating and great to see, and all the Ivorians celebrating with the Morocco flags at all of the matches after that. I think it's a great bromance of football, if we can say, or a love story, as you said. It's fantastic. And then so against all the odds, Cote d'Ivoire gets through to the next round, but they are drawn against Senegal, right? Senegal is the reigning champion. I saw Senegal play against Cameroon, and watched most of their matches, at least part of their matches. And to me, they looked like the best team in the tournament. Senegal just looked so fluid with the ball, so energetic. They were dangerous in many ways throughout the tournament. So it was not an easy opportunity for the elephants, but Ivory Coast did it. They got it done in penalties, right? Massive game performance. Frank Kessie with 2 goals, right? 2 penalties. Someone say that. So Frank Kessie, he was like, even as a kid, he was like the legend of penalty kicks, right? Even in when he was growing up, is he from Yopougon, or where in Abidjan, where he was from? And he's one of the best at penalties, even as a young kid.
Frank Kessie is we call his nickname is Zebizeku Panther. Okay, Zebizeku is his village name.
Okay.
We call him like Zebizeku Panther.
So the Panther of Zebizeku. Okay.
Yes. but the games of against Senegal, I was very afraid before the game.
Dangerous team.
Yes, I thought defeat automatically when I saw the start list, okay, of Senegal: Mane, Lamine Camara, Kripin Diatta. Into the goal, we have Edouard Mendy. According to the defense, we have the Ministry of Defense, Kalidou Koulibaly. But I was fearing, I'm very, very, very afraid. I said, these lions are very, very ferocious. According to the Yamoussoukro Stadium, so we heard the Senegal supporters, the Senegalese supporters, according to the drum, they beat drum, boo, 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 boo.
Yeah,
They feel
dancing the whole time.
oh, yes, there's teams are. Okay, we are fears. Oh, where are Ivorians? Because you feel that in the stadium we are, for example, we are in Dakar. Not we are in Ivory Coast, but the
Yeah, yeah,
atmosphere, yes, the
yeah.
atmosphere
The
is like
Senegalese were bossing
we
it.
were, yes, we were in Senegal, but we are in Ivory Coast. Okay, we are okay supporters drumming or beating drumming. Beat was very very difficult. It's like a hell. Okay, this is the match which announced the tournament. This motivated.
Yeah,
This change the spirit
yeah,
of
huge turnaround.
all these 27 players selected.
Yeah.
They transformed. Okay, when you interviewed, okay, the players, when you look the eyes, you see you saw fires in their eyes. Okay, when after this win against this match against Senegal, they were very very motivated to.
After that win, do you think the people thought, "Oh, we can win everything now. We can be the champions," or were the Ivorian people still unsure of the turnaround? Or do you think people started to really think of themselves as they can win, or what was the opinion and the feeling for the people after the Senegal victory?
We come alive, and the team spirits was very high,
Mm.
and playing against Senegal was the most exciting experience. Against Mali, whew, against Mali, we have okay, we were
That
very
game, yeah.
lucky,
Yeah,
lucky,
I
lucky.
didn't get to watch. I did watch Senegal match, but I did not get to see much of the Mali match. I saw like the last 2 minutes of extra time. But for the Mali match, like you have 90th minute, Adingra scores to tie. And then in the last minute, 2 minutes of stoppage time, Omar Diakite scores
Umaja
scores to win the match. So not only last minute to tie the match and go to extra time, but then last minute to win it. I can't imagine, of course the celebration of the Senegal victory was big and those penalties, but in the same match, two last minute, last chance goals. That's unbelievable. Some teams only get that once in a tournament. You guys had it twice in the same game. Did everything just like instantly go into flames? Like everything was just on fire and everybody was going crazy?
We are very proud of this team, but we must honor, okay, Emerse Fae, because his choices, according
Yeah.
to his first match against Senegal, he make uh, some the best substitutes. That's Gasset failed. The best substitutes, for example, to for example to rest Franck Kessié and play with Sergent Michael or
Yeah, Seri, I think
um,
made a big difference. Seri, I think was they
into
needed
the
him. Yeah,
midfield,
yeah, he
into the
controlled the
midfield.
game. Yeah.
Yes, Kessié, okay, sitting on the bench
Hmm.
is incredible. Is incredible because Franck Kessié is
He's a legend, right?
the one of the best midfield in Africa. Okay, and start without Kessié, we must have mentality to realize this. Okay, in the match, in extra times, Majakite have this kind of player which okay plays very well in the wing or on the
Yeah, one v
wings.
one. Yeah,
Okay,
really aggressive, really
yes,
creative,
very
attacking.
very
Same like Adingra. They were really.
attacking, dribbling like Jengra also. Okay, and he played. It's true that we have Adengra was injured and Sebastian Haller was injured, but we
Okay.
we, we say to this to Fire that play with this guy, play with this guy, play with this guy. It's true that they are not well, but play with them for the semi-final.
Crazy. Yeah, and then they went to the semifinal, which I think that was I know that in the Mali match, there's times where Mali was stronger, and then Cote d'Ivoire came back and was stronger. I agree. I think putting Kessie on the bench to start was actually a really positive thing. I think that he didn't have any impact in the first group matches. I thought he did nothing. And I also think, of course, having Haller come back was very helpful and important for the team, for the confidence, I'm sure. I think that obviously helped, but I agree. I think giving more time to Diakite and then Adingra on the side, and then bringing Gradel, they had much better play on the wings. I think that Nicolas Pepe was up and down a little bit. He didn't really have any finish. He could have scored some goals in the group stage. He couldn't finish. I think I forget, number 13, who was the other winger. He didn't give as much production, so I think they made a big difference. But I think Seri in the center midfield was huge. And then when Kessie came in, he was able to give more of an impact. I think he was more motivated, and also he had energy when the other team was tiring. So for the Congo match, I watched most of that too, and it seemed like Cote d'Ivoire was controlling for most of it. Congo had some chances, but Cote d'Ivoire was like the first kind of, we can say, boring victory. Scoring in the 65th minute. It was like they were pushing, but not clear chances. And Haller scores his goal where he kicks it off the ground, and it just goes into under the bar. So some luck. So that's the Congo match. So then, we say, okay, we're in the final. And I'm curious too. I know that the famous chant, the new cheer of the Ivorians was it Envorien? Can you explain that new cheer and what that meant? Literally what it means, but like kind of the significance to the people.
When we reach the final,
and the cheer of the Envorien, the cheer, right? Envorien, and I forget the rest. Something, like the fans and everyone was singing.
You say?
Yeah, like when the fans and everyone was singing the Envorien.
Okay. Yeah. No, this thing, everyone is like that. For example, when you got, for example, a problem, okay, they prefer they prefer start talking first before you, for example.
Yeah. So can you explain what can you also explain what the chant, what the meaning of it?
En vaurien, mais on est qualifié. It means we are weak. We are weaker, okay, but we are qualified. Okay. We know nothing, but we didn't know, we don't know how to play football, but we are qualified.
Yeah, we're through, made it.
Okay, just some sing song, just to joke, okay, to joke and to mock. For example, Cameroonians, especially Cameroonians, because Cameroonians, they we play naturally, with them, Cameroonian. But when we qualified for the semi-final, we played against DRC Congo, but Congo, they was very affected psychologically. Okay, according to the problem in Goma, in the Congo, eastern of Congo. Okay, people are dying over there. It's normal. Okay, but the CAF office didn't accept, to these teams to wear the black things, these things
in honor of those who have passed.
Yes, don't mistake, okay, don't mix. Okay, we remember this Cabinda history when the Togo bus was shotted by armed forces. Okay, before the kickoff of the Angola AFCON, but Togolese players died in this murder, but the Togolese national team retired, and Emmanuel Adebayo and his teammates retired for the AFCON, but the AFCON continues. The AFCON continued. But don't mix political things to football. Football is universal. Football is
Mhm.
it's peace. Football is all things. Football gathers people and countries. But Congolese, psychologically they were very weak. Okay, but everyone's not naturally they were after winning after winning Senegal, the running champion, and beating Mali. Okay, you are in front of us. Congo through that Congo defeat the penalty shootout. Okay, they defeat Egypt, one of the most decorated teams, no national teams, Seven
Yeah,
Stars,
one of the most successful ever. Yeah.
not successful teams. But we played against them with a good team spirit. Tactically, we were very we were very big. We were bigger than them in all things. But for example, when I looked Chancel Mbemba, missed some passes or some things. I said that so Congo didn't play good today. We are
Mhm.
gonna win them. We are gonna slap them in order to reach the final. And psychologically, they they were
Yeah,
not.
I mean, I can't imagine trying to play when you have that tragedy happening in your country, and it's something I didn't know much about, and still don't know too much about, but I know that the players use the tournament as an opportunity to bring awareness to the genocide that's been happening, I think, in the eastern part of the country. And so when you have that kind of weight, it's amazing that they did go so far to the semifinals, especially because they were not a favorite. But they had strong defensive performances. They were difficult to beat, and that got them forward. But I think that for the match, Cote d'Ivoire did deserve the victory, and then we have the final. You have the final at Bimpe Stadium, where it was a rematch of the Group A match day 2, that Nigeria and Cote d'Ivoire rematch. I did feel, I thought Cote d'Ivoire would win, because I thought, hey, they've gone through so much. The Elephants have suffered, and now they've come back and they have nothing to lose. But I thought, with Nigeria, Nigeria was very strong in defense. Truce to Kong was fantastic all tournament, and then you have some guy, number 9 up front, the man with the mask, who could strike at any moment, and give problems. In the first match, in the group match, Osimhen was giving so many problems to the defenders for Cote d'Ivoire. He could have had a goal early, and he was such a handful to deal with. But yeah, we saw again challenging adversity. We saw Nigeria going ahead with the set piece with a corner kick in the 38th minute, winning 1-0 at halftime, and then the Elephants came back with Kessie again. I think he had a great performance in the final, and then Allaire with the victory. So what did it feel like for the country? Do you think, like, 90 minutes, the whistle blows? What was the feeling like, to say, hey, we are champions, we have the third star?
Yes, I remember that as is moral things. And look the when I look the matches is unbelievable. Okay, but we was beaten by the same Nigeria again during the group stage of the match for the second match day. I wear the same jersey when we lost against Nigeria. But during the first match against Nigeria, I look on the sky. I saw many eagles, flying around the stadium. I said, "Oh, that's not a good sign."
Not a good sign for the
And
Elephants. If they're
lost
playing
again.
against the Super Eagles, you don't want to see eagles in the sky.
Lost against Nigeria, but we lost for the first match against Nigeria. But for this final, I say that the match against Senegal that we won give us many things. But Cameroonians, Moroccan, all these people support and support us this day. And the stadium was very crowded and happiness in the stadiums. But normally I say that this game we're gonna win this game, but after the penalty shootout, we're gonna win on the penalty shootout. Because the game of Nigeria, so Osimhen was very locked by we have Eva Ndika, and this is the one of the best young defender, okay, top 20 young defender in Europe. Odilon Kosunu, who is the most valuable player in Ivory Coast according to the shortlist before the opening match. And after that, um, we have when we're locked, okay. Only Moses Simons and Truce de Kong, okay, who plays in the defense, attack, he plays everywhere. He deserves his prize. He's like the best tournament player. He deserves it. But normally, according to me, I gave this prize to Osimhen during the tournaments he played with the team for the team. Okay, three passes. Okay, three passes, or two passes for Lukman Ademula, and one passes for another.
Yeah, because he wasn't scoring
three
goals, but he was
passes
assisting, and he had to do so much work by himself because Nigeria would drop so deep and they were defending. So he was playing one against two, one against three sometimes, and even though he didn't score, you saw his quality.
It's true that I was very happy for my defense by okay, inside I was very sad for Osman because he was crying in the room. It was very difficult. See how difficult, but this is life. This is a sport. This is football. But when Tuesday come score the first goal, I'm gonna tell you some things. Look, listen. When he scored the goal, there were some Nigerian journalists that were celebrating, dancing in the major tribune, and we were very sad. Okay, I said to my brothers that look, I'm coming. Okay, I'm going to the press media center to get my coffee, and I take the lifting. I'm coming, and I take my food also. And when I came to the stadium, I say, okay, I'm here now. After drinking my tea, we're gonna score the goal, and after that, we're gonna win the match. Say, oh, we are losing the match, and we are losing the match, and you will say, I say, oh, when I finish eating my food, our players, were gonna score the first goal. And when I take my dish, and when I take my potato, I was eating my potato. Look, this is the corner kick, and Adingra shoot the corner, and shoot the ball, and Frankie C come and make a header. Say, oh, this is scored a goal. Okay, this is the first
You
goal.
told them. You predicted.
Yes,
you and your
yes,
lucky potatoes.
because I felt this equalizing goal. I felt it coming. But for Sebastian Aller, I didn't feel it. I said I
You
felt
were
that
ready for penalties, ready for extra time.
someone is going. Yeah, someone is going score the goal, but who is going to score? Because we have, for example, Siri could have scored, Gradel could score, Adengra Jakite, Umar Jakite could score, but who is gonna give us this third start? Look, Adengra take the balls on the left wing, the ball, and Ale make a score like a Zlatan.
Yeah, it was a Zlatan goal. Yeah, just a touch, just enough, just enough.
Oh, this is when he scored a goal. We were very happy, and we were very happy. Morocco people were very happier than us because things that they did for us, they were very happy. Oh, Sebastian Alex scored the final goal for Ivory Coast. Very happy, very happy. In the around the stadium, in the fan zones, we are very, 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 very happy. And after the goal, we were crying in the stadium because this
Oh
is
yeah, of course.
our
An
first
amazing
AFCON.
story for the
Yes,
team
we
to
were
come
very.
back like that. And for Allaire too, personally, like of course he was injured at the beginning of the tournament, so he had to come back and get fit. But like 2 years ago, he was diagnosed with cancer. So the personal journey that he's been on, and then for him to do that for the country, it's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
Yes.
It just seemed like for the whole tournament, every like match day, so the first match day, second, third, then group stage, like just continued to get more and more intense, more and more crazy. And of course, the elephants were at the center of the spotlight. But for so many matches and so many teams, just the games were unbelievable, especially into the group stages. And yeah, I think it was an amazing tournament. So we're losing you a little bit. Hello, I can see you, but you're turned sideways. Let's see.
Hello.
Can you hear
Okay.
me? I can hear you. Yeah.
Good.
Nice. But yeah, so at the end of all the ups and the downs of 1 month of football, the Elephants were the champions. And you can look at the many different matches. A lot of people played a role, and of course the coach, Emerse Fae, had such an impact in turning things around after the debacle with Gasset in the group stages. But if you could think ahead, like this is an amazing experience. I'm thinking for if I was an Ivorian boy and I'm 9 years old or 10 years old watching this, or I'm an older man, I'm 90 years old. What do you think is like one moment or one story that will, in 20 years and 30 years and in 50 years, when people talk about this tournament, what do you think is the one thing that people will really remember? What is the one thing that people will talk about that will really live on in the memories of Ivorians?
If I was, for example, if a film director, when these scenarios, this episode, this was very, very, very crazy. Okay. For example, if someone tell me that this AFCON we're gonna do like this, I didn't believe it.
No way.
If I lay, for example, if I came and I gave to the Paramount channel or to Golden Violins or Hollywood's director to make a movie according to this AFCON before the AFCON. Imagine the scenarios of the AFCON.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be
Gonna
this good.
they refuse to say,
Yeah.
oh, this is very is not a good story because it become the first team, okay, during for the cup tournaments to lost 2 games and win the cup.
And change the coach,
Okay,
right? And change the coach.
yes, win 1 game to win the cup.
Yeah.
Okay, we run about the score 5 times, 5 times to draw or to score a goal, and after that we played like Portugal in 2016 Euro against France. But Ivory Coast, this AFCON is very special AFCON. So billions of person watching this AFCON.
So now do you think
it's more like a Super Bowl?
Yeah,
it's more like Super Bowl.
It's like 6 Super Bowls altogether, but
it's very special and things that present the future generation must retain in best is AFCON. This is the best AFCON never organized, and we saw that before the kickoff. I said to you that
the best organized.
This will be the best AFCON. The infrastructure, the
stadiums are unbelievable.
All things okay, 24 teams, national teams, and 119 goals scored. This is very higher on 55 matches, and after that, around 2,28 goals per matches. After that, we have 176 cards, 13 red cards, and 163 yellow cards. Okay, after that we have 22 penalties. Okay, whistled, and after that, okay, 17 penalties scored, and I say that 2 billions of person, okay, around the world, around the 173 countries watch the AFCON, and this is the most watched AFCON never organized.
Yeah,
okay,
huge
since
reach everywhere.
since the first AFCON, and after that, for the final things, Ivory Coast become the ninth host country to raise the
Raise the
AFCON,
cup. Yeah.
the same country. And after the last one was Egypt in 2006. We were in the final. We lost this final against Egypt after the penalty shootout. But we hope to make the same story like Egypt after winning its AFCON.
Yeah, go back to back,
It's
right?
AFCON.
The next
Okay,
one.
3 times. Let's
Yeah.
win our. Let's do
So one was
three
good. Yeah, let's see the second.
in a row.
Yeah, I mean,
Three
like you said,
AFCON in a
it's
row. It's possible. Okay.
right. Let's start with one and then two. So let's start with number two, right? The good thing is that the next AFCON is in 2025. So it's going to be about what, 16, 17 months away. So that's good because you keep a similar team. Like you said, you have a young team for the Ivorians, or one of the youngest, and you can still keep some of the veteran players. It's not like sometimes in the World Cup where you have a generation where it's the last opportunity for some of the better players, the legendary players, and then 4 years later they just won't be at their peak. But you have the opportunity to go again. So I imagine, but now you're going to be in the home of your best friends. Now you're going to be at Morocco. So you might have to go through and beat the Moroccan team to lift it in Morocco. So, or maybe something will happen where the Ivorians will help the Moroccans to go forward. We'll see what the soccer gods have written. But yeah, it was an amazing tournament. It's an amazing experience for me. I agree. The organization, I would say, it was all very, for the most part, beyond my expectations. The stadiums were beautiful, both from aesthetic, from the energy, the passion, the colors, the vibes. Everything in the stadiums were really excellent, and it was just a great experience. So, Jaures, merci beaucoup for visiting again on this episode of Because Football. And yeah, we'll talk to you next year when we prepare for the next AFCON in Morocco as well, and see the Ivorian perspective. But thank you so much for joining us, and everyone, thank you for watching out there. Make sure to like and subscribe wherever you are viewing us, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Please give us a like, a subscribe, and a comment. We appreciate your time, and Jaures, merci beaucoup for everything.
Thanks a lot, and thanks for covering to talk with you about this AFCON, the chocolated AFCON, the best AFCON
Chocolated
ever
AFCON.
organized. Yes,
Yeah.
very
The sweet AFCON.
very the sweetest. Okay, AFCON, the most delicious AFCON that we tasted.
Everybody in the world
Okay, you
tasted,
have
yeah,
seen.
2.2 billion people tasted that AFCON and would agree. So we hope somehow, maybe next year's will be better. But yeah, we appreciate thank you on behalf of all the Ivorian people. I want to thank you and all the Ivorians who were hospitable to me, showed their great hospitality to me, and to many more people from around Africa and around the world. And just, it was just a beautiful thing to experience that, and to feel the passion and the love for football in the country. It was just, unbelievable. So I'll be sharing a lot more stories about that, through the YouTube channel and more on the podcast too. And felicitations, congratulations for the 3rd star. Yeah. We'll have to get an update when you get that jersey with the 3rd star there, when you have the official new kit.
Okay, thanks a lot, and see you for the next time.
See.
Because football is Africa, because football is AFCON 23, because football is life only. Thanks and
Yes.
see you next time.
Thank you, sir.